Hi guys, and welcome here to Distillique, where today we're going to talk about our online training. Now, ever since the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown, Distillique has been unable to present in-house training. Firstly, because of the lockdown, there was movement restrictions, and even now with lockdown restrictions being relaxed, it is not possible for us to present in-house training yet due to the social distancing requirements. Our training area is just not set up to accommodate larger groups of people and still maintain a 1.5 meter or 2 meter separation. So we are continuing with online training. And this is not necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, with our training being online, it makes it a lot more accessible to overseas and foreign students as well. Now, in the past, Distillique has had many students from other countries. We've done training for over 40 different countries, or people from more than 40 different countries. But it was expensive because people had to travel here, it was accommodation, and then the course fees and so forth. So putting the training online does have major benefits, and has major benefits for people in South Africa as well. Traveling restrictions and cost excluded, there are still benefits with the online training. Now, how does online training work? Well, very simple. If you are a South African student, you buy directly a course directly via our website. If you're a foreign student, then you buy directly through our hosting site. Now, the hosting site that we use in order to facilitate the online training is called Thinkific. Now, you will find links for this on our Facebook pages, on this YouTube video at the bottom as well, and also on certain posts and articles that we do on our webpage. So if you are a foreign student, you can go directly to Thinkific. If you're a South African student, you can go directly to our website, to the training section there, and buy the course online. Now, the only reason for the different purchasing methodologies is that the Thinkific site is PayPal enabled, so you can just pay via PayPal, and obviously that works in dollars. Due to exchange rate fluctuations, however, for the South African students, we let them pay in rands. That is the only reason for the two different payment structures. Now, how does the online training work? As I say, it is hosted on Thinkific, and it is in the form of video lectures. Basically, as you are seeing here now, we present the courses in a lecture basis, but also with practical demos where applicable. Now, yes, there is a drawback to this online training, and that is you don't get the hands-on experience you would normally get with our in-house training, where you physically work with the stills, you work with the extraction equipment in the case of the essential oil course, and you physically make fermentations. You can taste, you can smell. There's no way around that. It is online training, so yes, that aspect will not be there unless you purchase one of our starter kits and you can replicate the practical demos exactly in the comfort of your own home. In all the spirits courses, we actually use our starter kits, our 5-liter Alembic starter kits, as well as our whiskey add-on kits and our gin add-on kits. So that exact same equipment is available to purchase from us, and you can replicate the practical demonstrations in the comfort of your own house. But I don't recommend you buying that equipment beforehand. Now, why would that be? When you do your course, and this is true whether you're doing an in-house course or whether you're doing an online course, people's perceptions tend to change. People come to us regularly with a preconceived, very often misconception about how a certain spirit is made, how a certain spirit should taste, the scale of production, the quantities that they can produce out of still, and so on and so forth. This means that if you make a hasty decision, you might end up purchasing the wrong equipment, either too small or not capable of producing what you actually want to produce. For instance, you want to make a sugar wash, or you want to make a neutral spirit base to turn into gin, argument's sake. You can't buy an Alembic still, because an Alembic still cannot make vodka. It cannot make neutral spirits. You'll need something like this, like the 13-liter round still with the reflux extension, or with the plate extension as it is there. You might need an adjustable reflux column still. You might need a multi-purpose stainless steel still. So there's different types of stills available. And until you actually do at least some training, you might not be able to make an informed decision. Yes, we try to help with videos like this to share some information, but it is better to at least do our C1 introduction course before you buy equipment. Otherwise, like I say, you might end up buying the wrong equipment. Now, the benefit of the online training, one of the benefits is that you have access to a long period of for a longer period of time to this equipment. When you do in-house training, you come here, you sit here for a day, you do your practical, you try to absorb as much knowledge as possible as you can in an 8-hour period, and that's it. Now you have to rely on your notes, your textbook, and your memory. With in-house training, we've got give you 3 months of access on all our one-day courses. For 3 months, you can go back, you can revisit the lessons, you can re-look at the videos. For our C10 course, our C10 comprehensive course, you have 6 months of access. That means you can look at the videos again and again and again. That means you can complete the entire course, buy the right equipment for what your needs are, and then replicate that demos by going back again and re-looking at the videos. That is one of the big benefits with online training. Now, one of the other benefits of it is that you've got more information being shared in the online training than in the in-house training. Now, how can that be? How can we share more information online? Because think of it, time is an issue. If I do a one-day course with you, maximum time that I've got available is from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's 8 hours, including lunch and tea breaks. So I've got 8 hours to try and share as much information as possible. With online training, that's not an issue. To give you an example, our C1 introduction course, where normally it would be 8 hours, if you do it in-house, is I think almost 13 hours online, 11 to 13 hours online. Our C10 comprehensive course, which stretches over 5 days, totals about 35 hours normally if we do it in-house. The online version of C10 comprehensive distilling is 62 hours, 62, 63 hours of training. So there's a lot more information being shared, a lot more practical demos can be done, because normally we're limited to what we can fit into a single day. So there's a lot more information shared with the online training and than there is with the in-house training. Now, to back you up, it's not just videos that you're watching or lectures that you're watching. We also provide manuals with each of our courses. And these are quite comprehensive manuals, varying depending on the course between 80 pages for a normal, the W1 course, all the way to over 600 pages manual for the C10 comprehensive distilling course. You also have downloadable slides, something that's unique. We never used to share our slideshows in the past due to protection or intellectual property protection. Now the courses do include downloadable slides as well. And finally, there's an online Q&A system, question and answer system, so that while you are watching a lecture, while you are watching a practical demo, you can type in your question and you will get an answer immediately if we are online as well at that point in time, or at least within a couple of hours if, due to time zones and so forth, we are not online at the time that you ask the question. So there's the whole time this interaction between trainers and trainees. Obviously, we're also always available for questions via email, telephonically, or once things return back to normal, just pop into our store and come chat with us, and we will advise you accordingly. Now, eventually, yes, things will return back to normal. We will start doing in-house training again, but the online training will continue, and there will still be benefits to that. We are also looking at putting in practical days for those that have already done online training, but they want to come in just to do some practical under supervision with guidance. And we will do those not in the form of training days per se, because you've already done the online training, but more like a question and answer session where you've done it now, you've done the course, you might have some questions, so let's interact and do that as a group, ask questions, and actually do some practical as well. Now, for each of our individual training courses, on the page below, where you find our W1 course, W2 course, W4 course, and so on and so forth, each of these individual courses will have its own video explaining the content of that course, what we do in there, and why you should do that or consider that course in order to further your knowledge of distilling. So I hope you find this informative, and I hope you'll join us for online training very, very soon.